Hello, welcome to Ask the Chiropractor. This is a segment that we do once a week where we get a question that's asked to us either through a direct message or a patient directly asks us, or maybe someone just sees me in the street and they ask me a question. And we come here and we try to answer it. It's how everybody knows the answer to the question. Not everybody always likes to ask the questions that they have. So today at Ask the Chiropractor, somebody asked me, hey, I watch a lot of those TikTok videos and Facebook and stuff like that, and I see all these crazy things that these chiropractors are doing to their patients. Is that really chiropractic? Well, it's hard to answer about every video. There's lots of videos. So I'm going to try to give you the best answer I can, what is and what is not, and why I come up with my answer. First, I come up with my answer because I went to Palmer College of Chiropractic. At Palmer College of Chiropractic, we take a lot of different classes and learn how to adjust the spine. We start off with motion palpation, then we go to toggle recoil, then we go to cervical class, then we have thoracic lumbar, then we have pelvic, and then we finish all that up with technique review. So we take about 6 classes on learning how to adjust. I know some chiropractic schools have a lot less than that, and some chiropractic schools have about the same, but that's what we did. That's where I come off today with my answer. So during all those different classes, also after I graduated, I took a class on adjusting newborn babies and pregnant moms. So I've even learned some more techniques. So I've seen a lot of different techniques. And another fun part is our clinic's been open since 1949. And we've got some old style adjusting techniques and old style adjusting equipment that they stopped teaching a while ago that we still have. So this is where I come up with why you should listen to my answer versus somebody else maybe. So the number one thing to look at is when we adjust the spine is that we want to get you kind of like in a neutral position. What does that mean? Well, the neck has a curve that goes forward, kind of, if you're looking at the x-ray from front to back. The thoracic spine where your ribs are, it has an opposite curve called, and then the lower back has the same curve as the neck. So when we adjust you, we want to open those curves up. We want to make them bigger. Let me give you an example of the area between your shoulder blades where your ribs are. That's like a C shape. We want you to lean forward, open those joints up so we can get into those joint surfaces and really do a good adjustment. So whenever you see an adjustment where that's going the opposite way, that's actually not opening the joints, but jamming the joints, and then you're applying a pressure. So I know like in high school, a lot of the guys would like crisscross their arms over their chest and have their buddy pick them up from behind and bounce them and trying to get things that make noises. And so that's the exact opposite position that I would put you in here as a patient to give you a good chiropractic adjustment. So what's happening there is they're just jamming stuff up, and there's a endorphin release when you hear that noise. And people are under the misguided interpretation that if it feels good, it must be good for me. I hear that a lot from patients. Well, it felt good, so I decided to do it. And I remind them a lot of times that having a nice, good sundae or banana split, that feels really good when you're eating it. But in reality, it's not very good for you at all. So the idea that it feels good does not necessarily mean it's good for you. And actually, in reality, in a different video, some other time, I'll get into more of why that's not good for you. But let's stay on topic here. So when we see people on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and stuff, and we see all these adjusting videos or claim to be a chiropractor, I don't know idea who the person is that's doing this stuff. A lot of times they don't tell you who they are, but you'll see them like grab ropes and like yank on the neck and stuff like that. And to me, that's not a very specific angle. It's not a very specific vertebrae. I don't know how you could target one particular vertebrae. You know, chiropractic, we're taught it's specific or it's nothing. So we have to go in there and look at your x-rays and we look at your exams and see what we see. And more importantly, what we feel with our fingertips in order to know which one to adjust. And I feel like when you just put a strap around someone's neck and you yank real hard, I don't know how you're finding those particular spots. Again, this was a technique that was never taught to me and never shown to me. So like I said, a lot of that stuff you see on TikTok and YouTube, I don't think you see it in very many actual chiropractic clinics, at least not ones who are focusing on trying to be very specific and really trying to focus on the art of the adjustments. It's real easy to grab the spine and do gross manipulations, but that's not really going to make you feel better faster. It's being very specific and on target that makes the difference. And that's kind of, I know in our clinic, that's what we pride ourselves on, is trying to give the best, actual chiropractic adjustments to the actual spot needed, not just kind of shake and bake the whole area and trying to get a hold of rack and pull them. So that's my opinion on those. Again, I am not a technique teacher. I am not a professor at any of the colleges. I am just simply a practicing chiropractor who's taken a lot of classes on this topic and studied this topic pretty good, who went to, in my opinion, one of the best chiropractic schools, Palmer College of Chiropractic, the original school. So if you have any questions for us, Ask the Chiropractor, feel free to submit it below. Feel free to give us an email. Feel free to contact us at rockforddc.com, or just feel free to come in and talk to us. We'll be happy to answer. Maybe next time your question will be the question of the week. We'll be happy to answer any question you have. If you like this and you like this format, you like this episode here, there's a lot of different ways you can catch the old ones. We have them all on YouTube. We have them all on Facebook. We have them all on our website underneath our blog. And lastly, we started a podcast where I take these audio parts and I made a podcast out of them. So the podcast is also available if you just want to listen to us. Other than that, hope everyone stays healthy. If you need anything, we're here for you. Just reach out. And again, if you have a question for Ask the Chiropractor, submit it to us. Maybe next time you'll be the question of the week. All right, everybody. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.